in June of '95, like you said, it was one evening, and I was going on like an excursion with my fiance, and it was a surprise, so I didn't know where we were going or what we were doing, but we got into a limousine in Ontario, and from Ontario, it was a surprise, and we went to Burbank Airport, and there we boarded a helicopter. And it's a kind of excursion where you fly over the city and look at the city lights and fly to a hilltop restaurant and all that type of thing. And it was kind of in the evening time, maybe 6 or 7 o'clock, maybe just getting done. And anyway, the helicopter crashed, and the pilot and my fiance were killed instantly. And I wasn't breathing, but they were able to resuscitate me and revive me. And I had my ribs were broke, both of my lungs collapsed, my liver was damaged, my head was split open on one side. I had a lot of internal bleeding, just really, really messed up. I couldn't remember anything. I had no idea what had happened to me. And later on down the line, I guess I must have spent maybe close to 8 months in the hospital between hospital and therapy. I had to go through physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy because I couldn't remember anything. And later on, they finally told, because I was in the hospital for a long time, not even knowing what happened to me or why I was there. And so they finally told me, and you know, it was really hard. I had to go through a lot of, like I said, therapy and seeing a psychiatrist, but just being grateful that God kept me, because I could easily be gone. And I think having a near-death experience like that, when somebody's sitting right next to you, just like the two of you are sitting next to each other, and one is gone and one is still here. I don't know, I just, you know, this is good for me to be able to stand up here and tell it without just breaking down.
Basically, so was a singer also. She started a group and you go from church to church and ministry. And then you had some challenges also.
I had a tracheotomy for a long time in my throat, and my mother, that was one of her prayers I've always sang since I was young, loved to sing. And when she saw that, you know, smell of my throat and everything, and she was asking the doctor, is she going to be able to sing? Is she still going to be able to sing? You know, she loves to sing, you know. And so, you know, they didn't know to what degree that, you know, God was going to be the God was going to heal me. And He would put me back together completely, and I would sing again.
You know, this thing of the song, like, His love is so amazing. It's not just lip service, it's not something she's hoping for, it's something she knows. It's very in her core. And so I've had a chance to spend time with Lisa. You know, she's accompanied me to South Africa before and ministered there and did some training and all that, and to see how God has called her. So I want you guys to understand, Lavelle, Lauren, can you guys give me Isaiah 43:21, please? Because I really want you guys to understand why we're here and what this is all about. Because often, and I've done this before, when we're going through something, we see things just like you guys are looking at me from this vantage point. But God is above us, He's looking down. And that's why the Scripture says He knows the end of something from the beginning of something. And we really got to learn to trust Him. And so even when God called me to start this church, it was like, start a church. I'm called to preach the gospel in the nations. We have it Isaiah 43:21. And then I asked Him, I said, well, Father, and I asked this, a request of mine. I said, Lord, if we do this, if this church started, Father, one of the things I want a praise team. I know a lot of churches got off with the tracks, and I'm okay with that. You know, a couple of Sundays we had the tracks, you know, about midway through. But I want to be able to offer up your praise, because I understand how important it is. And all of a sudden I heard this verse, Isaiah 43:21. Didn't know what it meant, not one of the popular verses. And look what it says. It says something. Literally what I heard. These people of Corona, the people that are going to come to New Day, and this is what I told anyone, okay? These people that are formed for myself. You're not here for you. You're here because God has something for you to do. And you might not see it now. And that's why I always say, don't despise small beginning. Oh, it might be a little different now, but I'm going to tell you something. Where we are is no indication of where we're going. Trust me. My wife and I, we got in this to win this. Paper, none of that kind of stuff. And he says here that they shall show forth my praise. This will be a praising church. This will be a worshiping church. We will be known. You know, as I was looking at the lyrics of the song and I was singing, I looked at Lisa and it just came.